Our lives are made up of seasons. Ecclesiastes 3:1, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. For everything a season, an appointed time, a God-appointed time, which means we have to recognize what season we're in and evaluate continually what's appropriate for the season, because we'll be tempted to do many things that are out of season, and we cannot do it all. We're gonna have to say no to some things. Let's talk about it. Here are 4 reasons why you must learn to say no. Number 1, to fulfill the purpose of this season. Whatever season you're in, if God ordained it, it has a purpose. It means God is at work. It means there's work for you to do in this season. Good works planned before the foundation of the world. That kind of purpose needs our attention and focus. It's not just about us. It's never just about us. There are other lives involved, other souls involved. But when we take on things that aren't meant for this season, we're divided. Our time is divided. Our focus is divided. We can't fully walk out the purpose of this season if we're over here occupied with things God hasn't even called us to do. We have to stay prayerful and say no to the things that aren't fitting for now. It's okay to say no so we can lean into the current season. Number 2, we need to learn to say no so we can appreciate the fruit of the current season. If you love Jesus and you're abiding in Him, you're bearing fruit. Whatever season you're in, however trying it may be. But when we take on too much, when we're busy and stretched, we can hardly recognize the fruit of the current season, let alone appreciate it. There's the fruit of growth in the Lord, especially in difficult times. Fruit that comes with learning to wait well, learning to trust, learning to rest in Him, growing in your prayer life, growing in gratitude. Fruit that comes with touching the lives of people around us, sometimes in the little things. There's so much fruit, lasting fruit, for us to bear from season to season. But when we overload our schedules and stress ourselves out, we miss the beauty in the now. We miss the fruit that is only possible by the work of the Spirit. We need time to recognize the fruit, appreciate the fruit, enjoy the fruit. It's all for the glory of God. Number 3, we need to learn to say no to protect our joy and peace. When opportunities come, good things that people might ask us to do, they don't know your schedule, they don't know your commitments, they aren't concerned with what God appointed season you're in, they just want you to do what they want you to do. We have to be the ones to guard our time. We can't please everybody. We can't take advantage of every opportunity. We can't allow ourselves to be robbed of joy and peace so we can run here and there, do this thing and that thing. It seems like a little thing at first until you realize what you have to carve out to get it done. Now you're frustrated. No joy, no peace, because you said yes. We can't do everything. And if it's not for you to do, don't feel bad about it. God will take care of it. Protect your joy and peace. It is okay to say no. Number 4, we need to learn to say no to protect our time with God. How much do we actually think about protecting that time? It may not even seem like a good enough reason in your mind to say, I can't do that. When would I spend time with God? We don't protect that time. We don't give it the priority we should. We carve out time for our jobs, for ministry, for family, for hobbies and recreation. No time for God. It's the first thing that goes. We might even be busy doing things for God and not spending time with God. We need to ask, if I add these things to my schedule, when would I spend time with the Lord? Every season we're in, time with God is a priority. That's how we find out what the season is about. That's how we find out the purpose of the season. That's how we bear fruit in the season. Time with God is essential for all the other things on the schedule. If any time should be protected, it's that time. Let's learn to say no to protect our time with God. Right now, you're in a God-appointed season. God is at work right now in your season. Walk it out fully. Lean into it. Appreciate the fruit of the season. Protect your joy and your peace. Protect your time with God. And one little thing that can help you do those things is learning to say no.